Fairy Reads, thank you for being here with me. I have a message for you. Are you ready? How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling great? Because I'm feeling good and I am feeling great. So we're just gonna get straight up into it. Nothing too much to talk about or early on. I feel like just the experience I had today was I went to get flowers and I ended up getting them for free. Now, was it embarrassing? Hell, it was embarrassing because like my card locked up on me because my phone, my Apple Pay is my phone, the little part where you use for Face ID is broken. So imagine how much I've had to deal with because I can't use my damn Face ID and everything would lock me out. Everything wants to lock me out. So I was like, damn. But somebody behind me paid for it. Someone behind me was like, sure, I'll pay for it. And I said, thank you. And we both went about our day. What a great experience. Loved it. It was amazing. So I'm grateful, feeling good, feeling great. Got a new, I got this from Dollar General. It's really cute. I think I want to add things around it so that I'm very whimsical with how I decorate. Very whimsical with how I decorate, so it'll make sense. I want more butterflies, I think. I think I want more butterflies. I'm just thinking. But actually, let me just get up into it. Oh my God, I get sidetracked so easily. It's really not funny, but it is. It's not. It's like, damn. She very neuro spicy. Very neuro spicy. But yeah, I'm gonna start with universal law. I haven't touched these in so long, but I was thinking about them today, yesterday, and because I was thinking about them, I was like, okay, maybe it's time to pull these back out. Um, I got a notification. Okay. I get it cracking like a bad bag. Big chicken shit queen, but she looking like a lab rat. I'm Angeline. Oh, why we singing Nikki? Why we rapping Nikki? Very sad. Well, what song is that? You a stupid hoe. You stupid, stupid. You a stupid hoe. You stupid, stupid. Anyways, let's go on. Let's go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. The law of polarity. So this is what we're gonna focus on in reading. I feel like that's how I'm gonna do it. This is what we're focusing on the reading. So I'm gonna make sure I tie back into this. The law of polarity. The moment you judge anything is good or bad, you set the universe into motion. So I want to say with my flowers, I kept saying I need more flowers. I need better. My flowers on the stand were dead, and I was just like, I really need new flowers. 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 It just be looping in my brain over and over and over. And I suppose that is what had created the experience of me being able to go get those flowers and it to be an easy process for me to get those flowers because I just kept thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. Like, I feel like we kind of like focus on very unnecessary things. The universal law of polarity, 17. We focus on very unnecessary things. Sometimes I find my brain doing that. Like, it will like stress out about again, very unnecessary things. It's like, why am I thinking like this? Like, why am I thinking about this event taking place? But like, I could be thinking about things that make me happy, you know? When your brain gets like catastrophic and you're just like, oh my God, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that before this, I need to do this, I need to do this. But like, why not automatically jump to the end point where you have it, where it's all working out, when everything's good? So, we get lost in like the in between, the bridge of events. Like if you ever follow or listen to like Neville Goddard, like we fall into the bridge of events, but like there's a bridge of events that take place before anything, right? So we kind of get consumed by like how rocky things can be or how uncomfortable things can be before like we focus on what it is that we're looking for, right? So like you're in school, there's a whole bunch of bridges of events that get you to that degree, right? And a lot of times we get caught up in it. And sometimes it's you fighting your own bad habits, right? But we'll get caught up in it. Like we'll get caught up in it, caught up in it, and distract ourselves with the unnecessary when there should be just the end goal. And you should just focus on what the end goal is. Because when you allow yourself to get sidetracked, and most of the time we're doing that to self sabotage ourselves, when we allow ourselves to get sidetracked, then we kind of like choose the opposite effect. You know what I'm saying? Like you're taking you're putting in motion towards something opposite to what your end goal is, right? So when you say this is what I want to do, this is where I want to be, you have to continuously work towards it, or you're gonna allow yourself to get distracted, right? Because most of the time it'll be the little thoughts in there. So boom, you have the goal of having like this type of body and you want to work out for it. If you keep berating yourself, judging yourself, calling yourself names, that's not going to get you into motion. That's just going to create the opposite effects because you're so focused on the opposite effects. You're not focused on where you want to be. You're focused on where you feel like you are and even worse, you know? So you should focus on, wow, I love my body. It doesn't matter what my body looks like. I do love my body. Those are the thoughts you want to continuously feed yourself. But you're when you know what I'm saying, you have to be conscious of that. Like, I'm gonna get where I want to be. I'm gonna get where I want to be. I'm gonna get where I want to be, and I love myself right now. I'm gonna get where I want to be, and I love myself right now. Self concept is everything, is what I'm saying. So the law of polarity: the moment you judge anything as good or bad, you set the universe into motion. The law of polarity is set into motion by spirit, your higher self, contemplating its own identity. The moment you consider something to be anything other than the I am, universal law is set into motion. Limited identity and limited beliefs within the soul activate and direct energy negatively. Actively creating yourself as a unique divine positivity, as the unique, or actively creating yourself as a unique divine positively sets polarity into motion. Intention, attention, initiation, and selection set the mechanics of the universe into motion. So awaken the oracle within. This is a sign that you may be judging yourself. Did I even need to read it, y'all? I does this. I does this. I does this. I'm gonna always say it. I do this, right? Awaken the oracle within. This is a sign that you've been judging yourself. Have you felt the burden of work, meeting expectations, or trying to be enough? Getting clarity on your values and getting your priorities straight is important at this time. What did I just say? What did I just say? By drawing this card, the universe is nudging you to take a vacation and give yourself some tender, loving care. Your higher self desires for you to practice being present to the perfection of who you are. Take a break from the rat race. You are an eternal spiritual being capable of producing miracles. In order to unleash your divine power, you must let go of the belief that you are not good enough. Journal in action. Take inventory of the ways you judge yourself. Notice how these limiting beliefs impact your thinking and self love. Close your eyes and go on a journey within. What do you need to forgive yourself for? Remember, you are divine. Right. Don't hold on to self criticism. A lot of the times we expect a certain result, and the result will be had, but you have to stay focused. It doesn't matter what happens in between, right? You 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 make that move, you don't get the result that you expect, but why do you drop the expectation when that is what you want? You just continue on, right? Like you you didn't get the partner that you want, but you want a partner. You're gonna get a partner. You just have to continue on, right? We get caught up in the in between. We get caught up in the what didn't happen, or how much work it takes to get to somewhere we want to be, when the end goal is what you want, right? Just stay focused on what your end goal is. It's sometimes easier said than done because I do find myself as well getting sidetracked. But it's a whole process of redirection. Every move that you make is an important one, right? So I had said earlier, I was literally fighting to get up to go get that flower. But I knew flowers make me feel good. And I wanted to do it because it makes me feel good. And I'm glad that I did because it panned out better than expected, right? But yeah, that's how it is. Like you can look at something, even when we talk in a long-term way. That was something short. That was something simple. But if you think in a long-term way, a lot of times things pan out a lot better than you're expecting it to, but we get caught up in what goes wrong. We get caught up in the rejections. We get caught up in the redirections. We get caught up in the journey to where we want to be without remembering that we chose our destination. You know where you're going. Stay focused on where you're going. That's it. Like, again, I feel like we overcomplicate things. It could be a lot simpler said than done, but it takes a lot of discipline to maintain your thoughts. Like, it's so easy to spiral into negativity. It's so easy. It's so easy to spiral into negativity. We all more so feel comfortable with the negativity. We expect the negativity. We live in a world that is designed to keep us feeling very, very down about ourselves, about our situations, about each other. Like, we're not meant to feel comfortable. You know, everyone feels like there needs to be more. We feel like there needs to be more because we live in a society that requires us to keep doing and buying and you know what I'm saying? We keep wanting. We never feel enough. So to redirect your thoughts is a constant process, but it's a worthy one. Like every time I'm talking when the moment you notice a thought is this is what I live by. This is what I live by because I have seen the progression of my life because of staying focused and constantly redirecting my thoughts. Before I tell myself something negative, I intersect. I can feel it bubbling up. I sit there and I'm like, this doesn't even make no sense. The moment the thoughts are making me feel bad, this doesn't even make any sense. This doesn't make no damn sense. This don't make no fucking sense. Why would I be telling myself this don't make no damn sense? That doesn't make any sense actually. Like I'll do that. First, that's the first step. And then after that, I reaffirm. This don't make no fucking sense. This thought that I have, oh my God, I'm ugly. That don't make no fucking sense. Because beauty standards are subjective. And if beauty standards are subjective, then I can determine whatever the fuck I want to look like and however I want to feel about how I look because my validation is the most important. So I'm very pretty. I'm very pretty. I'm very pretty. Redirection, staying focused. The more you stay focused, the more you act on what you're focused on, you know? So, yeah. Now, I want to pull one of these. This is my Bad Girl Oracle. Love this. As you can see, everything broken. Everything broken. Okay? Everything's broke. Bent these cards, lost these cards, fucking lost the paper. Some of them I have to read for real. This is sideways, but every time it comes sideways, pull it on the right side. So it's the maid. I think I'm just gonna pull one of these and then I'm going to my cards. So this is the card that came out. The maid. Okay. So the maid. Hear ye. I don't know why I want to say that. Hear ye. What? Who does that? Hear ye. Is it the squire? Hear ye. That's what came to mind immediately. Hear ye. The squire. Where's the paper, bruh? There it is. Hear ye, hear ye. Like now, then, hear ye. Who be doing that? Hold on. I got to find out. Wait, before we do this. Hey, y'all. I just Googled who says, hear ye. A town crier. Why I said squire? A town crier or bellman to get the public's attention before making an announcement. It dates back to medieval times when town criers were the primary source of news, informing people of new laws, proclamations, or community news. So, I don't know where this is about to go. The maid. Okay. So, the maid. The maid sees everything and tells nothing. In Pulp Fiction, the maid is typically a meek domestic worker who peers into the daily intrigues of the family she's working for. Be it excessive consumption, familial corruption, or adulterous affairs, the maid is expected to sweep the scandals of the everyday up and out of sight. Due to her exclusive access to people's lives, she may often play as a star witness in a trial or get caught up in a blackmail scheme. But the maid typically represents some form of class represent. Oh, I can't read right now. What's going on? But the maid typically represents some form of class repression or exploitation until she gets the chance to turn the tables. When pulled up right, the maid may signal that you're being asked to keep a big secret that's weighing on, or that you've seen too much to turn a blind eye. You may feel like a voyeur or get the feeling that you're being watched yourself. She may signal that you're about to be given insight into something that others wouldn't get. Be careful what you do with the information. Hear ye, hear ye. You, it's like there's something you're just like, I'm gonna just hear ye. That's what the reference was. I got that before. Yo, I does this like hear ye. There's something that you probably there's probably something that you're best off just keeping to your damn self. We're like, no, I'm gonna keep this to myself. That's kind of, I don't know. I would say that's the life of a Gemini, but sometimes hmm, I can know a lot more than I let on. I could know a lot more than I let on, and I do chat a lot, but sometimes it goes even deeper than what I say. I'm cryptic. I can be cryptic. Depending on what the situation is, because sometimes you know the weight of information, right? And you don't want to drop no bombs unless you really want to drop a bomb. It depends. It depends. It depends. It depends. It really depends. So let me see. Let's just get into these. I want to know more about the situation. I'm so nosy. That's why I do this because I'm nosy. Even though it's like I don't know what I'm reading, but it's mad interesting a lot of the times. I'm telling you, it's really interesting to like decode. That's what it feels like decoding. So it'd be like fun. I'd be like, okay, let's see, let's see. So let's see. But then that's the thing. Sometimes it gets me into situations I don't want to be in. Like the curiosity gets me into situations I do not want to be in. And I kind of I love me a mysterious little thing. You know what I'm saying? But that be fucking me up in that, okay? I love me a little mysterious thing. But it's not worth it most of the time. Be direct. Hoes is super mad. New job on the way. Love me something nice and mysterious, but it don't be worth it most of the time. Um, Now why is that relevant? Why is it relevant? Let's see. Self-sabotage, time for redirection, starstruck over you. I think like confusion. Confusion is not for me. What's with this British accent? Like, I'm thinking about Bridgerton. I'm thinking about Lady Whistledown. Down. Thinking about Lady Whistledown. I'm thinking about Bridgerton and I'm thinking about Lady Whistledown. So it's giving that type of energy. It's giving that type of energy. That's what's giving. Now, what's that have to do with the law of polarity? The moment that you judge anything as good or bad, you set the universe into motion. Sometimes when it comes to that, you have to just be, it's not, I want to say desensitized, but I don't feel like that's the right word. Sometimes you just gotta know when to fold. You gotta know when to go about your business. Like you gotta know when it's time to say something, when it's time to not. When you kind of like concede, you just be like, okay, you don't mind my business. That's not my business. Nobody does it like you. Exercise, be more confident, gratitude, show more, throw in a tantrum, give it time. Woo. Give it a chance. What we giving a chance, y'all? Oh, brother. Get to manifesting. New idea, seed planted. Light a candle. Not worth it. What did I say earlier? What did I say earlier? Whatever it is, isn't going to be worth saying. Sometimes you got to know when to just fold it. Yes, things like it's okay, boom. Like sometimes I'll have dreams about people, and sometimes it's just this isn't relevant right now. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it just be like this is not relevant. Like, okay, boom. Well, I'm having to learn that because like when people say, "Oh, I know when someone's pulling on my energy. I know when it's just not relevant anymore." Like if I'm deciding to give something energy, I will. But if I don't, then it's not something that I want to invest more energy into. You know, like this is not my business anymore. Like, if you have like a past partner who really wants to get in touch again, and you know that, and you're just like, but it's not my business. This is not where I want to go. Like, this is not what I want to create more of. Why would I open that door if I don't want to create more of that? Because if I give it attention, then I set something into motion that I do not want to set into motion. And you can know that and just leave it be. You know, you can know that and just leave it be. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. I feel like maybe like if you, what I'm gonna say, maybe it's hard to like read you. Like it's hard, like sometimes it's easy for you to read things, but it's hard to read you. And it's hard to read you because you're like sugar and spice, like you'll be really, really, really sweet, but you also have the power to detach like with ease. It's not difficult to detach. Like you can be very, very, very attached, and sometimes when you're very, very, very attached, like it makes people feel comfortable, but like not comfortable in a good way. Abuse, intimidation tactics. It doesn't make people feel comfortable as in, wow, I really love it here and I want to stay. No, it's like, oh, this person gets really, really attached really fast. I'm about to play with them or I can do whatever I want to them. And it's like, no, no, that's not the case. It's not the case at all. It's not the case at all. Like, it's not the case. That is not the case. Like, So sometimes when people aren't like used, it's just hard to read that. I understand that it could be because it's like, okay, I'm really invested, I'm really happy, I want to be here. But like, if you recognize that something is not it where you want to go, then it's kind of easy. It's easier to recognize that something is not where you want to be or how you want things to go when you are upfront with how you feel and you are upfront with like just you, right? So if you are a lover girl, it's easy to just be a lover girl. And once somebody moves weird with you being a lover girl, then you detach. Once someone moves weird with you being a lover boy, then you detach. Like it's not like, oh, I'm so attached because I have no other options and I just don't like myself enough. And that just kind of reflects how other people feel about themselves, you know? Because why would you feel like I need to hate myself in order to love you? Why would you feel like I need to hate myself in order to like show up and want to be with you? Like, what about that would make you feel like I hate myself? Like, what about that would make you feel like I think a way about myself that I don't? Like, and why would you want to play with that? Why would you want to play with that? Like, what the fuck? And that's really how we be learning. Because even myself, I feel like I fall into that. Like, you will not fall into that totally. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. It's really not that hard, but I do have my own boundaries. Get what I'm saying? If you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. If you're not nice to me, then I'm not really I match energy. So maybe you match energy. This is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I remember early on when I was doing these, I used to apologize for talking about myself, but it's literally my channel. I literally can do whatever I want. I remember that so clearly right now. I don't know why. Like, why is that coming up? But yeah, I used to feel really like bad about talking about myself. And it's like, no, but I want to because it's my channel and this is how I deliver readings because who I am is relevant to my experience is relevant to whatever I'm saying. So it's important to share my experiences and share how I process things and share parts of myself. Like, so being said, like maybe you show up authentically and it's hard to read because you're going to do whatever you want. And everyone is free to do whatever they want. So you let other people do whatever they want. And then you be like, I don't really want to participate. This isn't for me. I don't want to do this. And then you just leave it be because it's that easy. You know, because like in the things that people do, it reveals where like you kind of just see how things would pan out. Like, and sometimes it's just not worth even talking about. Like, sometimes it's just like, whatever. Like, it is what it is. Like, you just accept it for what it is and move forward. And I say that as someone who loves conflict. I will, I will engage in conflict, but some conflict just don't be worth it. You know, like sometimes the conflict isn't worth the trouble. So it's just easier to just avoid it. But it's not that you're avoidant. You're just choosing to do whatever you want to do based off of what other people choose to do, you know? So be direct, self-sabotage, give it a chance. Hoes is super mad. Time for redirection. Get to manifesting. New job on the way. Starstruck over you. Nine of Swords. Right. It might be a case of like you were direct, like you were direct in something and someone sabotaged and now they want another chance. And they want another chance and they're mad that you're just not giving into whatever it is, the tactics, whatever, however people go about stupid shit. And you just choose to redirect and redirecting isn't necessarily redirecting into another stupid situation. It's more like, okay, let me just focus this energy on me and where I want to go and things I want to do. Because there's also so much more shit to do other than like fiending for something that's not working. You know? Starstruck over you get to manifesting. Like you're able to just create or co-create. It's like if I know that I'm capable of creating oh so very much for myself, what would it serve me to force anything, especially a person, to do anything when things can just be done like other like you know what I'm saying? What is it to force somebody to do anything when I can just get what I want in a whole like otherwise? Like I could get what I want and I just focus on what I want and it happens. But it's not gonna happen like I don't know, like I feel like there's something that people or something feels that like only they can offer and it's like no, there's like literally a whole world full of people. There's a whole world full of jobs. There's a whole world full of everything. Like if something isn't working in one area, it's easy to just make a change towards something else. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like nothing, there's a whole world full of different things happening all at once. So it's kind of a waste of energy and time to focus really hard on making something happen that isn't meant to happen. Because if it was meant to happen, then it would have happened. And if it isn't happening and both of us wanted it, then you put yourself in a position where like you know that and like they know that it's their own sabotage. Because if you wanted it to happen, I made it easy, right? Like if you wanted it to happen, then I made it easy for you. Like and it's gonna apply to literally anything. But it gives that it's more dealing with other people than it is like dealing with a job, right? So I guess I could put it in. I do love talking about. I'm a workaholic. That's what I do. I do like talking about work related stuff, but like let's say what I used the example of like a coworker. You have a coworker and you need to get something done. It's gonna get done. You don't need the coworker as much as you think you do, or you don't need the coworker to like you. You don't need. It's just just focus on the job getting done. Is that like just focus on what it is that you want. Like again, if you love a girl, a lover boy, you want a partner, the person you talk to acts like they hate you, it's easy to just be like, okay, this is not the person. On to the next. Because this is not how you would want to be treated. So why stick around? You know what I'm saying? Like it's really not that hard. Nothing is ever really that hard. Like, and that isn't what you're trying to create. You're not trying to create a hard situation. Like that wouldn't be what you decided on. So it's easy to just be like, this isn't it. Move on. Nobody doesn't like you. New idea formed. See planet. Exercise. Light a candle. Be more confident. What I did yesterday was I did yoga for confidence. So maybe it's something along with the lines of that, like movement, dancing, um, lighting a candle for confidence, setting intentions. Um, yeah, focusing on your confident right now, your confidence at the moment. Um, new idea formed, seed planted. It's so much easier to just focus. Like, you know how sometimes what we'll do is like, how do I make you feel more confident? How do I make, like, you'll see it, Like sometimes, like the maid, right? You'll see something and you'll want to help because you know you could get the outcome you want if you do choose to act on what is unseen and unspoken. But from my experience, it's also a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of time. Like, why would you have to sit there trying to build somebody up to be what it is you're looking for when there's somebody out there who is what you're looking for? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really like things can be easily communicated. Like if you're communicating something and working through something, or someone's working through something and they're letting you know, hey, like I'm not exactly where I want to be and I don't feel quite confident, but I am actively working on that and I would like to maintain this connection with you while working on that. That's so fucking easy. Ain't it easy? It's easy. But that's not how things go. So you're seeing something that someone can't speak, doesn't have it in them to even like speak about. So why even do like why even attempt. You know what I'm saying? Why even, why even? Like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Gratitude, show more, not worth it. Oh, and then in between that was the two of pentacles. So like finding a balance, adapting. You easily adapt to a situation or the outcome. Like you easily adapt your thoughts to what it is that your desired outcome is. So if it's not found in a situation, then there's no point in trying to make it work in the way that you intend for it to work. You know what I'm saying? Like you just redirect. Okay, well, adapting, this is what it could be, this is what it could not be, this is what it isn't, this is what it is. And that's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things be cool. Things be okay. It's easy to just move forward, move on. Gratitude, show more, not worth it. Throwing a tantrum, abuse, intimidation tactics. Give it time. And then the Five of Wands in reverse. So like someone wants to reach an agreement, reach an understanding. Gratitude, show more. Be grateful that something doesn't work out the way that you intended to. You know what I'm saying? Hold your standards to where your standards are at, and be grateful. Throwing a tantrum, abuse, intimidation tactics. Give it time. Because like don't I guess it's more like a I feel like it's the same thing with me, like, or with you, like with a person. So you're on the opposite end, right? Okay. So the law of polarity. Someone says this is not going to work out. This isn't going to work out. This isn't going to work out. They start looking for ways that this isn't going to work out. But you show up and they're interested in how it's going to work out. And then like they do something to make it not work out because they didn't believe it was going to work out in the first place. So they kind of create the circumstances. They put motion towards it not working out because that's what they felt on the inside. And that's how self sabotage works. I've done it before. I self sabotage. Now, do I feel any way about self sabotage sometimes? No. Sometimes I do. It depends on the situation because a lot of that times was more like me knowing I didn't want to be there, but like not knowing what to do and why I didn't want to be there, especially like in the early stages of just understanding myself and what I'm attracted to. That was a lot of self-sabotage. A lot of self-sabotage. Lots. I said, oh, I can't be here. I don't know what to do. I'm the worst person ever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Well, and then it's like you can probably understand that and you're like, okay, so let me help boost this person's confidence. Let me help them with their thoughts. Let me say, hey, you are worthy. Hey, you are this, you are that. But like, what does that help? Does that help? Like you put that energy into that and you're just investing energy into trying to change somebody else's thoughts when there's somebody who also thinks like I'm worthy. So you have to focus on your thoughts. Are you feeling worthy? Because if you were worthy, you wouldn't be working that hard. Focus on the end goal. Focus on the end goal and watch your thoughts shift. Focus on the end goal and watch how you think and how you move shift. It's not comfortable. It's not pleasant, but you will change, right? Like maybe it's like someone you dealt with like why I want to say like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and they're like, damn. 2 years ago, and they're like, damn, wow, this person's doing this and this and that. Or 2 years ago, someone who wants to come back in. Maybe it's been enough time. Maybe it's been enough time, and I can like, try again. Time is not an apology. Time, like, what did I say earlier? I said, why would you want to open that door when that is not the direction that you want to move in? Okay. Okay. So thank you for being here. Please come back.